Yes, boys, today we are prepping my meals today. So we're prepping breakfast for tomorrow, which I do daily, and then I prep lunch for the week. So this is a really good breakfast because it's so interchangeable. So you can see here we've got some oats, we've got some mixed berries, we've got some protein powder, creatine, and some chia seeds as well. So 60 grams of protein, 60 grams of carbs. And what's really good is if you're losing weight, if you're gaining weight, you can just add more of these depending on what you're looking to do. So for the purpose of today, this breakfast will be 700 calories, 699, but 700 calories. So what you're going to want to do first is I just start with the oats. So currently we are on 50 grams of oats. So you'll see here I'm using this scale. I use a scale for everything. That's like the backbone of making sure your food is right. So this is 50 grams of oats here. So keep pouring until you hit 50. Perfect. Oh, 53. You know what? I'll take a little bit out, but it doesn't really matter much. It's just more being as accurate as possible. So that's 50 grams of oats there, Scottish oats. I like Scottish oats. Then you have your chia seeds. So just a sprinkle of that on the oats. I don't measure that, but you know, it's much of a muchness. So I take creatine every single day, but some people have it in their coffees. Some people have it in their protein powder. Some people have it in their pre-workout. I just have it in my breakfast because if I don't do it, I'm going to forget. And if I forget, then you know what I mean, regularly, it just takes that thought out of my brain when I'm doing this. Okay, cool. So we've got flavored protein, naughty boy, whey protein, 22 grams of protein a serving. So I put 2 servings in here. So again, like in terms of manipulating this breakfast, you can do anything. Like, so at one point when I was cutting, so I think I cut my oats down to like 25 grams, but I upped my scoops of protein. So I had 3 scoops of protein first thing in the morning. It just set me up for the day. It just meant that my protein was always there or thereabouts by the time we come to the end of the day. So yeah, that's what I mean about interchangeable, right? Bit of fruit as well, just adds a bit of flavor to it. This is an overnight oats recipe. So again, like you can have this, make it on the day and, you know, put it in the microwave, have it warm. At the moment, I just have it cold purely because it's just easy to grab out the fridge in the morning. I've already had my one today and it's, you know, this is frozen. So it gives a chance for this to thaw out as well. So I'm going to pour this in because I need 2 hands to do it. So yeah, at the moment I do about 120 grams of fruit as well. So before what I was doing was I was sort of mixing it all in and then adding the fruit. The fruit looks nice at the top. It sits at the top if you do that because if you add the fruit at the end, it sort of thickens up a little bit. But for the purpose of this, I don't really care. So we've got Jersey whole milk, really creamy milk, really good, unhomogenized, and it's just really nice with porridge or oats and things like that because it thickens it up. Some people have it with water. I prefer milk. Yeah, I'm a bit of a milk fiend to be honest. So I put about 220 milliliters in. Again, you might have to mess around with the amount of milk you put in because of the consistency. So the consistency changes, but depending on sort of how much you put in. So that will depend on how much milk you put in, if that makes sense. So put more oats in, you're gonna have to add more milk. If you put more protein in, you're gonna have to add more milk. Less milk, that kind of thing. So when we've done all of that, we've measured it out on our weighing scale. We don't need the weighing scale anymore. And you're probably thinking, why are you using the mixing bowl? Because it gives you a little bit more space. And a normal regular size bowl might fit this, to be fair. It might fit some of this, but it just makes the whole stirring process a bit more difficult. So I'm going to put you here and I'm going to start stirring. Shouldn't take too long. It is a bit difficult because obviously the fruit is still a bit frozen. So you do have to kind of work around that a little bit. But eventually what you're going to get is very thick consistency of porridge, protein, and oats. And do you know what? I'm missing out. The most important bit of all of this is that it's really tasty. Like you've got blueberry flavored protein in there. You've got your fruits as well, your frozen fruits. That creamy Jersey milk as well. It just tastes like you're eating a cake every day, which is not a bad thing, is it? And as I say, a lot of carbs as well. 60 grams of carbs in this, so you can even have it before you go train at the gym. Albeit these are slow releasing carbs, so I'd have it like maybe an hour and a half before you go and train. But yeah, so you kind of get a consistency that's a bit more thicker. Everything's all mixed in now. Got a blue tint to it because of the blueberries. And then that is literally it, guys. That is breakfast made. Not difficult, not complicated. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put this into the fridge once I've wrapped it in cling film. And that just sits there. What happens overnight is it thickens, it all congeals together. And then it's virtually ready for you when you get up in the morning. You just have to take the cling film off and eat it. So that's breakfast. As I say, take inspiration from this if you want. Change up what you need to change up to make it work for you. This is 700 calories. That's a lot of calories for breakfast. But it works for me. I normally train in the morning, so it gives me that kind of boost that I need to train. But don't be shy, if you're losing weight, half the amount of oats, probably change the milk. You could, you could add less fruit, or up the protein. There's loads of things you can do with this. And it's easily meal preppable as well. So now we're going to move on to my lunch. So we're going to meal prep my lunch. I normally do this on Sundays. And it is Philly mac and cheese. I eat this. I've been eating this since September last year, guys. If you're comfortable eating the same meal every day, this is, again, very interchangeable. So we'll prep that, and then I'll come back to you and kind of update you on what that looks like and protein, carbs, bits like that. Yes, guys. So we are done. We've prepped 8 meals for the week. So yeah, I realized when I was prepping it that it's better if I just show you the recipe video that I got it from, because it's much more better produced than what I can produce. In that video, it preps for 4. This is actually 8, right? So we go back to what we're talking about making things work for you. So 4 is 60 grams of protein, 40 grams of carbs, 40 grams of fat. So it's quite a lot. It's around 600 calories or something like that. This is obviously, I've halved everything, right? So it's 30 grams of protein, 32 grams of protein, in fact, 20 grams of carbs, 20 grams of fat, right? So, and this is what I mean about, again, making it work for you. So this is what? Macaroni, ground beef, cheese slices, mozzarella, cream cheese, onions, bell peppers. But you could switch it up. You could take things out, put things in, make it your own, And what I've done effectively is just half everything and make it for 8 servings throughout the week. So this will be my lunch, right? So when I go to work or when I'm at home, I can just pull this out of the fridge and stick it on and have it straight away. So again, it takes probably about 40 minutes to prepare. And if you've got 40 minutes on a Sunday, on a Saturday, or whatever day you're doing it on, it's 40 minutes, well spent. Because you don't have to do it throughout the week. And often when you bulk buy, let's say, if you buy all these ingredients together, it's cheaper per serving as well. But yeah, I think when people talk about lifestyle, not even in just bodybuilding, but like going to the gym or changing your, getting your fitness into a better place, nutrition underpins all of that. And that's why it's lifestyle, because it's not just the gym, it's everything you do outside of the gym, like this kind of stuff. It's not, I don't like cooking. I find it very dull and boring, but it helps me get to where I want to go in terms of goals, in terms of fitness, in terms of, staying strong, things like that, and making sure I get the right nutrition. But also, mac and cheese is lovely. I say mac and cheese. It's, it's finding a meal that works for you, and you've got to play around a little bit. I used to have, potatoes, chicken in my meal prep, chicken and rice. I've had it all, and this just works for me. I can come back to this meal and enjoy it every single time. So yeah, keeping my breakfast and keeping my lunch has always been the key thing for me, because I like to vary my dinner, right? I like to have different dinners throughout the week, and that has to work within the parameters of what I'm trying to achieve. So, if you think that this is about 300 calories, breakfast is about 700 calories at the moment. That's almost 1,000 calories, but for breakfast and lunch. So there's a lot to play with there in terms of other meals I can have throughout the day, snacking, and then dinner as well. So yeah, it's about just playing around with things and making it work for you. Like say, for instance, if I was bulking again, I'd probably up my calories on my breakfast even more to about 800-900. I'd probably have 4 servings of these, so that's 600. Do you know what I mean? So then you're already at 1,500, or coming up to that anyway. So yeah, I think this is done on a rest day because I think trying to squeeze it in on a gym day is hard. Although I suppose most weeks that does happen because I do this on a Sunday usually, not a bank holiday Monday. But we're on a bank holiday Monday today. But what you do on your rest days generally matters the most. If you're doing an active rest day, which I'm going to do in a second, which is on the bike for half an hour, meal prepping, whatever it is, give your future self a break. You know, put your arms around them, pat them on the back, and say, "I'll do this," because they'll appreciate it. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them. But yeah, something a bit different today. It's a rest day tomorrow, so I won't record. But I'll probably be back Wednesday, where we're going to the gym and we're doing a little bit of everything. And then from there, this weekend, I'm going to try and get to another gym and do a review because I'm enjoying those at the moment. But yeah, if you've got any video ideas, anything you want to see, let me know. Put a comment in the comments. And yeah, just thanks for watching. I hope this helps. If any of you are thinking about meal prepping, do drop some questions below. And yeah, like I said, give your future self a break and invest in your time now to do all this because they'll be thankful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.